So we know that Theory has teased both Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns about chasing the Money in the Bank briefcase at SummerSlam. The question is, what is the right time for him to cash in the briefcase?
Okay, so I saw this question. I saw you wrote this question on the document earlier. And weirdly enough, I have a theory. Someone said I say the word theory wrong.
Theory.
What the fuck am I doing wrong? Theory. What am I saying wrong?
Is it theory?
It's theory. Fuck them. It's theory. Pecan. So, weirdly enough, I have a theory. And I came up with this the day before yesterday. And it was just after seeing some information that goes, that made me think, right? So stay with me here. Everybody stay with me here. Okay? I'm going to follow a train of thought, and you stay with me, and then you guys at the end, you let me know, do you agree with my train of thought here? Theory, currently 24 years old. Okay? 24 years old. Brock Lesnar was 25 years old and is currently, as far as WWE recognizes, because I believe there's some controversy with Randy Orton being younger than that, but we'll get to that. Brock Lesnar was 25 years old when he became WWE champion. So he's the current record holder for youngest WWE champion of all time. Stay with me here.
Okay.
SummerSlam is July 30th, the end of this month, 2022. Okay? Theory's birthday, August 2nd, 2022. If WWE wants to continue the youngest narrative with Theory, this is the time he has to win the belt. This is it. It's put up or shut up. He either wins it at SummerSlam and he can become the newest, youngest WWE champion of all time, or if he doesn't, he can't have that moniker after that moment. I guess technically there's probably, I don't know when Brock Lesnar's birthday is, so depending on when Brock won it, there is actually more time. But just from the simple number standpoint of 24 years old versus 25 years old, this will be the last opportunity.
That's crazy. I had no idea that was when Theory's birthday was.
So my theory is that he has to cash in at SummerSlam.
I mean, I'm on board with that theory.
And it feels like it's the right time at this point. Roman's 1 foot out the door. He's not there every week. Theory's a guy who could take the belt. He'll defend it week in, week out. I think there's enough heat on Theory that he gets enough of a reaction that even if it's a negative reaction for him being champion, he'll still generate. We were at Monday Night Raw last week, and he generates heat.
I don't know why people hate on him. I love him.
He's a good bad guy.
I agree.
He's a good bad guy.
That's why I like him.
He's good at being bad, and more so than a lot of heels who, even when they're bad, generate a little bit of a cheer. He's just good at being bad. I think people. He makes these funny faces. Yeah, I think that's all by design. But here, let me go a step further on the theory.
Theorize me.
We don't know for sure. Nobody has clarified on television, and nobody's clarified to me. The contract inside that briefcase, does that stipulate a shot at both titles? Or does it stipulate a shot at one of the two titles? Because I could foresee it going this way. I could see SummerSlam, Roman Brock, they're beating the life out of each other. Boom, they're both down. Theory comes out, cashes in, however, and he ends the night holding both titles up, okay? Ends the night holding both titles up. He assumes he's won both belts. Monday Night Raw, the following night, Paul Heyman comes out and he brings Adam Pearce and he tells the WWE that contract was only for one of two belts.
Ooh.
That contract was not for the undisputed title. That contract could only justify Theory taking one title away from Roman Reigns. So I believe that at Monday Night Raw, we will see Roman Reigns walk away. He'll get a rematch of sorts, maybe at Monday Night Raw or SmackDown, and he will challenge for the Universal Championship. And he will win the Universal Championship back from Theory, and Theory will be left only as WWE Champion, and we will once again get the title split up, which is what they need to be. I mean,
that's actually pretty
It didn't make sense, because then Roman Reigns can move forward. He can move on. He gets to go do whatever he's going to do at Clash at the Castle with Drew McIntyre. Because let's get this straight. They're not doing, I don't think they're doing Drew McIntyre and Theory at Clash at the Castle.
No.
Like, everybody in England hasn't been waiting for that match. They're waiting for Roman and Drew McIntyre. So in some form or fashion, I think Roman goes into that event with a belt.
Yeah.
But I could see Theory walking out with the other belt. And then you've got Dolph Ziggler, right? You've got guys like Dolph Ziggler waiting. You've got Brock Lesnar, who will continue that feud in some form or fashion, especially now that Theory is the new youngest champion. There might be a rift there between him and Brock. And you got Seth Rollins. Lots of people on Monday Night Raw ready to take on that spot. And it just, like, we need belts back on television.
Yeah.
Like, Monday Night Raw desperately needs a title, a major title back on that television show, which then leads to, like, the opportunity. Are Street Profits going to take the tag team titles? Like, are these titles going to get split up at some point? Is this the beginning of the end for the head of the table in the bloodline? Like, is this it? Is this where it all starts to fall apart? Because let's say the Usos lose their titles, and Roman loses at least one of the two titles. This could be that moment, and it seems like this is the right time to begin the downfall of the bloodline. Like, we're going on to 700 days. How many days has it been? That's a good
point. So you definitely think that if Roman loses the title, then the Usos are going to follow?
I don't think definitely. No. I don't think that has to be a must. But I do think it creates a weird energy if the Usos are the Universal Tag Team titles, whatever you call them, undisputed tag team title champions.
Yeah.
But then Roman has no belt. That's a weird energy. If they lose it all in one night, the meltdown will be spectacular. The following night, or SmackDown, where Paul Heyman comes out and the bloodline are just livid and pissed off and they're destroying things and they're going crazy. Then you have Brock Lesnar on the other hand, who's pissed off, destroying things. And you have Theory, kind of this little weasel running around with the belts. Like, I did it. He's
great at that.
I mean, it's perfect. It works.
He antagonizes people and he gets a reaction. That's what I love about him.
And I think that's the story that has to happen.
Yeah.
We can't continue with Roman not showing up. We can't. Not with both belts. If they want to do it with one belt, that's fine. If they wanted to have on SmackDown every third week Roman shows up and we're supposed to fucking act like it's a big, like, dude, 3 months ago Roman was there every week. Now we're supposed to act like it's a big deal when he shows up. But it's honestly just kind of like, this is bullshit. Get the belt off of Roman. And I'm a Roman guy.
Yeah.
But it's time. It's time. If he's 1 foot out the door in Hollywood, it's time to take the belt off of him. At least one of them. Let's put it on Theory and let's see what the fuck happens when Austin Theory becomes a champion. So much talent to work with on Monday Night Raw.
It was a great Raw.
I mean, can you imagine? You got Theory Seth Rollins. You got Theory Riddle. You got Theory Kevin Owens. All of these are potential. Theory Brock Lesnar. These are potential matchups. Theory Montez Ford. I just look way into the future with the athleticism that's involved. Like, that's the future of Monday Night Raw, and I think it's in good hands. Let's get split these belts up. Figure out a way to do it. I gave you the path to do it. It's time. We pretended that it really meant something to have a Universal Champion. What it meant was that I guess you just fucking go do your own thing. We don't like it. Split the belts up.
Yes, sir.
What else you got for me?